Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. In this video, I wanted to speak to you a little bit about self-inquiry or self-knowledge and how do you get to know yourself a little bit better. I think this is a question that was asked by someone. I don't actually remember now who. And they specifically said, how do you get to know yourself? How do you get to know yourself better, or how do you just get to know yourself? Like, what are the things you do? And I thought it was, I kind of smiled a little bit, and I thought it was an interesting question to ask because I think that's what we do as individuals, as people. We kind of learn something and we do it for a while, and then we assume that everyone knows how to do it. And so I've been kind of doing, the self-inquiry or self-knowledge thing for a decade or more now, maybe 2 decades. And so I assume, because I've been doing it for so long, I assume everyone does it, everyone knows how to do it, it's common knowledge. But of course, that's not how it is. Same thing with all the other things that I do. When I speak about meditation, I sometimes oversimplify things, or even yoga. And I always have to tell myself to simplify it better, because just because I know something really well doesn't mean everyone else does. And this, with regards to the self-inquiry or the self-knowledge thing, it is extremely hard for me to simplify it because, as I said, I've been doing it for so long, and I'm like, yeah, just do it, just get on it and get it done. So I really had to sit down for a bit and say, okay, what exactly do I do? What is my process? How do I sit down and learn more about myself? Why do I do it? What's the point of all of this? And I've spoken in many videos how I really truly believe that the first step to moving forward in your life towards any kind of growth, any kind of self-development is self-knowledge. Know thyself. It is the paradigm, it is the ultimate, it is the starting point of everything that you do in order to become that person that you want to become in the future. You need to understand who you are in the present moment right now. You can't get to that point in the future if you have no idea who you are right now. Because if you know who you are right now, you can start building ideas and strategies in order to get to that person that you want to be in the future. For example, for myself, when I first realized that I was not leading down the path or going down the path that I really wanted to, I was actually going down the opposite path to what I wanted to, that I was living a life of complete desperation and destitute. It was the worst thing I was ever doing. I was kind of not living according to my values, but it was an easy path. It was the path of indolence and addictions and things like that. It was just not the right way to do things for myself. And once I realized that fact, obviously I took a step back. And I took a step back to ask myself the question, okay, what do I actually want to be? Who do I want to be? What do I want people to say about me? Why do I want people to say that about me? If I was standing above my funeral bed or above the cremation hall that I'm in, and people were standing around talking about me, what would I want them to say about me? What did I want them to say? Is she has a lot of shoes, or she spent a lot of time in the mall or clubbing, or what do you want them to say? And of course, at that point in time, people were going to say not great things about me, because I was not actually even living the life that I wanted to. And I realized that was a turning point that I needed, because I realized, I see. So if I really want them to say these are the things about me, that she made an impact on the planet, that she left the world a better place than when she came in. That was one of the major things I wanted people to say about me when I was dead. Then I realized that I needed to get to that point, that person that I wanted to become. There was a few steps that a lot of steps that I had to take before I would get to that point. But because I knew where I was standing then, and where I wanted to get, I knew what the steps were going to be, right? It was very easy. It's very simple once you realize, okay, yeah, okay, I want to be there and I'm here. The next step is going to be I have to start doing meditation. And the step after that is I'm going to have to start thinking about how to build my own business. And the next step after that is going to be how I need to become a better communicator, right? And so little by little, as I started walking forward, the steps revealed themselves. And I was able to get to where I am right now, and I'm obviously still moving towards that future goal of who I want to be. But again, as I said, if I didn't know where I was and where I wanted to get to, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say this over and over again until everyone gets it, is that self-knowledge is about self-questioning, about self-inquiry, about asking yourself 100,000 questions every single minute of every single day. Well, a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point. Ask yourself questions about everything that you do. You know, if you pick up the phone this way and you switch it on that way, why do I do it that way? You know, why did I do that? Like, if you are working on something extremely important and then someone says something to you and distracts you and you allow yourself to get distracted, why did I do that? I was working on something extremely important. Why did I waste 15 minutes talking to someone when I didn't have to, right? Or if you really want to be a motivational speaker, but you're spending all of your time in your room watching videos and not doing any of your own videos, then you need to ask yourself, okay, so I said I want to be a motivational speaker, but I'm not actually doing any motivational speaking or even practicing it, right? And so, of course, you know, as soon as you start asking yourself questions and obviously learning about yourself and realizing where you want to get to, things become very simple. Actually, it simplifies things so much that you'll be surprised. It's like, I feel like it's like the key to the universe, but a lot of people don't actually do it because it's hard. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying that it's simple. It's not easy to do. It's simple, but it's not easy to do. And so, you know, rather than asking yourself questions, it's easier to ask questions of, you know, celebrities, or be like, all right, so what is that person doing on that TV show nowadays? I feel like they've been on that show and they've been doing this and that. Why did they do that? Did they get married? Did they get pregnant? It's easier to learn about someone else, right? It's easier to follow some random celebrity's life or some random sports person's life or some football team's life and see, okay, what's going on with them, rather than go inwardly and deep within yourself and say, okay, what's going on with me? What am I doing? Why am I here? What is the point? What did I do today? Why did I do that? You know, why did I spend my time doing that when I wanted to do some writing? I told myself I would write today, but I didn't. Why? What am I doing? What am I spending my time on? What are my friends like? Are they pulling me back or pushing me forward? What am I doing with the business that I wanted to build? Have I even taken the first step towards it? And as you ask these questions, you're going to realize the answers, some of them are going to be extremely hard to hear, because you're going to realize that, yeah, no, actually, I'm not doing anything to move forward. I'm saying that I want to do all of these things, but I'm not doing anything. Or maybe it'll be a good thing and be like, yeah, no, actually, I'm doing great. I'm moving forward little by little. Even if it's slow, at least I'm slowly moving towards the goal that I've set for myself, and I feel really proud of myself, right? And so for myself, when I first started asking these questions, of course, the answers were extremely negative and discouraging, because I realized that I was not doing anything that I wanted to do in order to get to the point where I wanted to get to. At that point in time, which was 20 years ago, no, not 20 years ago, 15 years ago or something like that, when I first started this Enquiry thing, I wanted to be a motivational speaker. It's kind of funny what I'm doing right now. Maybe it's kind of like a motivational speaker, but not really. Back then, I wanted to be on stage and I wanted to motivate other people to live their best life. Eventually, I realized I don't want to be on stage in front of thousands of people and motivate them, but I want to be on videos motivating thousands of people to do the best that they can, right? But of course, that was what I was thinking back then. But did I do any motivational speaking at all? No. Did I even practice speaking in front of the mirror? No. Did I practice doing videos at all? So speaking in videos? No. I did nothing like that. I didn't even write any speeches. I did nothing. But I pretended like, sorry, there was a fly. I pretended like, oh yeah, like just by talking about it in my head, not even to anyone, eventually I'm going to get there. Right, so of course, at that point, when I asked the question, what am I doing? The answer was, I'm not doing anything. I need to do something else. I need to live a different life, and I need to start doing different things. And then it took me another, I would say, 10 years to get to the point where I even started doing videos. If I had just started them right then, maybe I would be a different person right now. But maybe this is how it's supposed to be. But either way, the answers that I was giving myself at that point in time were not the answers I wanted to hear. They were not. And the answers that I give myself right now are the answers I want to hear, right? And so I realize I can see a complete shift in perspective from where I was then and where I am right now. But all of it was because of self-inquiry and self-questioning, and then realizing that the answers were not what I wanted to hear, right? So it could also be as simple as, I want to lose weight. Like a lot of people have that desire goal. And then to ask the question, what am I doing to lose that weight? Like, why do I want to lose that weight and what am I doing? So maybe you want to lose that weight because you want to be healthier, or you want to fit into that dress that you've never fit into, or things like that. That's fine, whatever your answer is. But then also ask yourself, what am I doing? And of course, a lot of people have the goal that they want to lose that weight, but do they do anything about it? Not really. And that's the reason a lot of people don't want to ask that question, because if they ask the question, they would realize they're not doing anything about it, and then that's uncomfortable, right? That's a dissonance within you, and people don't like that. So better not to ask the question. But if you want to keep on moving forward, you have to, right? You don't want to, but you have to, right? And so once you ask the question, what am I doing? And you answer nothing, then you can be like, all right, fine. So what one baby little step can I take in order to move forward? It could be perhaps you would decide to go for a walk every day, or run with the dog, or I don't know, go hiking, or whatever it might be. But you will come up with something and then put that into your schedule, hopefully, and then little by little move forward. But again, it's a process. It takes time. And it's not a magical process, and it's not like from one day to the next you're going to be going from 0 to 1,000,000, but of course little by little you'll get to where you want to get to. Yeah. So I hope this makes sense. I hope I answered the question. If I didn't answer the question, let me know, whoever asked it, and I shall do a follow-up video, because I love talking about this, as you can tell, and I can talk about it for days and days and days on end. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.